Hi, Soul Family. Sorry, I got started a little late. I had a couple of clients waiting that I needed to get to before we began our reading for today. It is bright blue sky, a little bit of puffy clouds. It's chilly. A little bit of rain last night. So a little bit of emotion dropping. Chilly emotion. The water's chopped up. Changes in the air. And Mercury is playing havoc. And I guess it's not in retrograde until the 14th, or the 22nd. But it's already doing its work here. So as I said, whatever you need to do, double check it, triple check it. Don't jump to any conclusions, no assumptions. Clear up any miscommunications. If at all possible, try not to make your big moves and decisions over and communication over the internet or the text messaging. In person would be best, so you avoid any misunderstandings, because you can't get the voice inflection. I just saw a giant fish jump out of the water. It must have been awfully big for me to see it this high up from my eagle's perch. So things are jumping. Yeah, so emails can voice is a big deal, and sometimes I just saw another one. How interesting. God, they're jumping. Your inflection is can make all the difference in the world. Something can be said without punctuation, and it could be actually have said tongue-in-cheek with sense of humor, but you don't pick that up in an email or a text message, right? Not to mention, you don't want to be doing making important decisions in that manner anyway, if at all possible. But and if you do have to communicate by email or text message, be as thorough and accurate as you possibly can, so there are no misunderstandings. And do prepare for challenges, because there's going to be dropped calls, there's going to be miscommunication, there's going to be emails lost, dropped, phones not working, computers, sending out triplicate or not sending things out at all. As I said, if you want something, if something's important to you, you better double check and triple check it, and do it yourself. All right, today we're going to be working with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, and we'll get started. Alrighty, first message. Whoa. I guess that's the one, right? The one right on top, because actually I don't think I've ever had that happen where I've dropped every single card. All right, so the color purple is coming forward. Purple for passion is what I just heard. Let's get some help here. All right, so you see this one, and she's on the bridge. So the first message that comes to me is build a bridge from where you are to where you want to go. I don't know where I want to go. So then you call upon Spirit and you say, where would be the best place? What would be a place that would be in my highest good? Or, if you're thinking, I've been talking a lot about moving. I've been getting a lot about moving. And my clients, it's been coming up a lot. Relocating, going where you've worn out your welcome where you're at, or it's just not doing what you need. It doesn't fulfill you. It's definitely time to move in a new direction. Wow! And as I say that, the biggest jumbo plane, that plane is huge, going by. So that someone's on the move. See what I mean? It's time to take flight, and look at this. Spread your wings. So there's the second message. Spread your wings. It's time to move forward. The number 2, maybe you're going as a team. Pay attention to Spirit, which is your team. There's a light shining down upon her. So if you need to know where to go, it's like with me. I don't know where to go. Where would be the best place for me to be? Who, when, how? Not when. Who, where, what? What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to do it with? And where am I supposed to, where am I supposed to do it with? Who am I supposed to do it with? And what am I supposed to do? So then you get your intervention come down, Spirit talking to you. You're looking towards the Divine Masculine, which is always forward movement. The number 2 is definitely talking about things happening as they're meant to happen. Everything is fine, and it's going to continue to be that way. So they want you to keep believing. Keep your hope up, keep your faith positive, optimistic, because That is what leads to the positive outcomes. And Spirit can help you if you're struggling with the ability to do this. So you're trying to figure out how to get from where to where, from here to there, right? You're ready to soar. We just saw the plane go by. You're ready. You're already in the air. Your mind is already there. Your soul has already taken flight. But maybe you feel like you're stuck or you're confined within what? A relationship or a job or whatever it is. Something's not comfortable. Maybe it is comfortable. Maybe you're comfortable where you're at and you feel safe where you're at. But it's not giving you everything you need. It's not fulfilling something within you. So, and even maybe if you're alone, you're not in a relationship and that's what you want, that might be restricting you. Because that becomes your main focus and you forget to live in the present moment, right? Live for the now. What is it I want to be doing? What is in my highest good? What should I be doing? Or maybe you've thought you had everything you wanted. You were happy where you were and what you had, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I just woke up, and you know what? I'm not. I want something different. Maybe this relationship has become too restrictive for me. Maybe this job has been holding me back. Maybe it's not. Maybe either one of them, it's not giving me what I need. It's not meeting my needs. I've changed. I've grown. I've ascended. And they haven't, or it hasn't. And I'm taking flight and they're not, or it's not. So it's time to cut the cords. What's going to help you feel free? Look at her arms. She wants to fly. She wants to go across that moonstone bridge. Pay attention to your intuition, your feminine energy that's trying to guide you. That whole bridge looks like moonstone to me. I asked Spirit today, where am I supposed to be? I'm not happy here. I'm not supposed to worry about how I get there or how it works out. I just need to focus on where I want to be. So I'm torn, right? I think of Sedona. I love Sedona. But I always feel like Sedona is a place that I'm supposed to get charged and visit. It doesn't feel like it's home to me. You know, it never did. I feel at home where there's trees and ferns and water. That's all I know. And I'm getting very emotional right now. I don't know what that means. I don't know who I'm feeling right now. Sorry. It just came out. So, it's like I'm missing home. And I don't even know where it is. I don't know. Wow, I don't know who I'm feeling right now. Maybe it will come out here. Maybe I'm tapping into one of you, because when we do these readings, as I said before, Spirit knows who will be connecting with these readings and who I am connecting with. And so as an empath, I pick up on your energy. So I'm going to ask to clear. I give you back your energy and I take mine back. Thank you. So right now, listen to your heart. What is it that you want? I want the trees. I want the ferns. I want nature. You know what I don't want? Humidity. Sticky humidity. I was helping a client this morning and she was trying to figure out where to go. And I said, you know, she says the guy that's with her wants to go back to Boston, or not Boston, Chicago, and they're in Arizona. He says he doesn't like it in Phoenix. And I said, I wouldn't like it there either. I get it. He's an empath and the energy is just too tight in the city. And so she was talking about, you know, I don't know where we should go. And she says, I thought about it, Georgia, you know, Atlanta, Georgia, or something about Georgia. And I said, well, don't worry about where you go. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Don't worry about your work. Figure out in your mind, where would you like to be? What would feel good to you? And she said Atlanta. And I said, okay. So you know that he wants to go back home. He wants to go back to Chicago area because he knows it. He's familiar with it. He feels safe there. He's an empath. He's an indigo. And he doesn't do well in cities. And even if it's going back to a city, Chicago is home, so it feels safe to him, right? But that may not necessarily be what's in his highest good. So for the both of you, you ask Spirit, where would be the best place for us to go, that where we would be able to ascend, where we would grow, where we would be happy, comfortable, and feel safe, and yet we would be able to spread our wings. And I said, because if you're thinking, you know, Georgia, and he's thinking Chicago, but you're not really certain, leave it up to Spirit and let them guide you. I said, they'll start throwing out names. They'll start throwing out names. And right then the song began to play. he took me back to East Atlanta. And I told her, and she's like, oh my God, my whole body was covered in chills. And I said, well, there you go. So that's where your higher self already knew. And so for me, I got very emotional when I started thinking about, and see it's happening again, when I started thinking about the trees and the forest and that was home for me. So we need to trust spirit. And I will too. Show me where it is. What would be in my highest good? Where would it, would me and the one that I'm meant to be with be the most productive and happy? And I'll wait for that. So, wow, interesting. What is it that you really want, right? Where do you feel unrestricted? Where do you feel happy? Where do you feel light? In the forest. What do you really want? Freedom. Fresh nature. Remember to make any needed changes when you think about the changes that you have to make. Like if you've got to leave a relationship, or if you've got to end a job situation or move away from family, do it in a compassionate, as compassionate and loving a way as possible. You may have thought you were, like I said, happy in this relationship and you were planning on moving forward with it. Now you've decided it's just not working. And I do need to be compassionate, because it isn't fair. Because remember yesterday, don't be stringing somebody along when your heart's not there, when that's not where you're meant to be, and you know that. You're not doing anybody any favors by staying in a situation where your heart is not. It's unkind. So do what you can to cut the cords as gently as you can, but cut them. All right, next message. I heard today, no music. No music. It's a distraction. My friend Lori just sent me a message about the spider totem. Spider slides in as a spirit animal. It's time to weave your wishes into reality. Spider totem belongs to those who are the maker and keeper of their own destiny. Invoke spider as your power animal when you need to walk in the world with ease. So call on the power of the spider. She says the spiders are clicking that part of her brain as she was trying to send this to me. Thank you. So that's a good messenger to call upon. That's something that we all needed to hear right then. So we thank Lori for that. Deep sigh. Correct for neutrality. Here we go. Detach. Well, there you go. That's what we were just talking about, right? There's a situation that we need to detach from. We need to allow that dove to fly free. Right? Or we need to fly free. As we saw the plane going above, the first messenger was the plane. The plane represents flight, represents ascension. It represents dreams, following your dreams. It represents travel, movement, change, and quick change, fast change. And it was going from northwest to southeast, it looked like, or Midwest anyway. The Midwest from here. We are in the West. Interesting. My friend Richie and I were talking last night, and I was telling him I was struggling here. I need a break. And he says, we need you to come home. And I said, yeah, I would love to come home and see Uncle Phil. He's going through a rough time too. And he's like, I get flights, discounts on flights. I guess because of his mom, or I don't know who it is, but I could get you a cheap flight back here. He was trying to get me back there for 3 weeks. And I thought, if I didn't have 2 cats to concern myself with, I would go for 3 weeks, because I really need a break. And I just said that to Spirit, didn't I? And so he's like, you could stay with me. I'm a great cook. And, and then my girlfriend Kat wrote to me and this morning, and she said the same thing. You could stay with me. We need to get you back here. And so isn't that interesting? The Midwest, the flight going to the Midwest. And we've been getting a lot about travel, flying. And you're in a cold location. Maybe that's frozen emotion. Look, there's no leaves on those trees. So maybe you're flying away from a cold location, or it could be a relationship that has no love, Feels very icy, very cold. Things have, or it's cooled down. You feel like you've got an ice cave around you. Look at that. Detach. Maybe you're too emotionally wrapped up in a situation right now and you need to literally step back and just detach from the emotions of it. Maybe you can't see things clearly right now, so you need to step back. Spend a little time in meditation. Detach emotionally from a situation that's causing you confusion in a relationship. Is this relationship working for you? Is it making you happy? You need to be honest to get clarity, to understand what you need to do to improve things or end it. And even if you're in a good relationship and you've got issues, it's good to do this. Step back and detach from emotionally and figure out, what would help this situation better. And realize that whatever's going on, we had something to do with it, right? Our actions from in the past, our decisions in the past, our beliefs in the past, they all brought us to where we are, whether it's positive or whether it's negative, because we are the ones who are we're the masters of our ship, whether we choose to pick up the oars or not. If we don't pick up the oars and we just go willy-nilly with the like right now, if we went out in my canoe today on these waters and dropped the oars, we would be, I don't know where we'd be blowing at this point. Sometimes we'd blow across the lake. Sometimes we'd go into the cove, but we wouldn't have any control because we didn't choose to direct it. And this is our life. So that's why we have to step back and see, where do we need to go? We have to reassess the situation. If we want to steer our lives in the direction that we wish to go, we got to figure out where we need to go. Right? Accept responsibility for where we're at. Free yourself. And don't blame others. There's no blame to be put on others. We are where we are because of our choices. And we can remove ourselves from there as well. This isn't about blame. This isn't about guilt. This is about clarity and looking at things realistically. Oh, hello, you beautiful little yellow warbler. Hello. Oh, they're coming up to tell me that they're out of bird food. They come up and let me know when I'm out of bird food. Isn't that funny? So, hold on a second. Warbler totem. I know the warbler usually is about singing out. Wasn't he pretty? I hope you guys were able to get a look at him. So the yellow warbler, let's see if they, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna, let's see. I gotta go down, as soon as I finish doing this reading with you guys, I gotta go down and refill they go through that fish food, they go through their bird food like crazy. So the warbler is talking about expressions of ideas and self. Center and focus your energies, socialize, enjoy life, movement, progression, and expansion of ideals and endeavors. The warbler will teach you how to diversify and expand your surroundings and feel comfortable in doing so. He can teach you how to sing your soul song to achieve what you need to in order to survive. Warbler shows how to endure and use patience and tenacity for your best results and your best interests. Warbler shows how to endure. They are noted for their songs. So are you singing to the best of your ability? Interesting. Somebody sang last night in my dreams and they had an accent. And I said, isn't it interesting that when you sing, you don't hear the accent? Somebody was singing in my dreams. It was a man. So they're noted for their singing. Are you singing to the best of your ability? The warbler shows you how to raise your voice with confidence. Are you moving in the direction you need to go? Interesting with the messages that we've gotten today, right? Listen to the warbler. His song of the heart will guide you. Listen carefully to the music. If I fall for you, I'll never be the same. He's back, the white heron. He's walking around my backyard over there, my neighbor's yard. He's very close. I really want to love somebody. I really want to love somebody. I really want to dance the night away. I know we're only halfway there. Take me all the way. Wow. Word for word, my twin said that to me one day. Get me to that place. Take me there. I think about you every single day. I know we're only halfway there, but take me all the way. Take me all the way. Okay, so listen to the song carefully. Carefully listen. I'm only halfway there. Take me all the way. I don't know where to start. I'm just a little lost. I want to feel like we're never going to stop. I don't know what to do. I'm not in front of you. Asking you to stay. Stay. Okay. So what I'm getting from that message is stay here in California. That's interesting. I don't know what you got from that song, but there's somebody that is having a difficult time expressing their feelings. So the warbler will help you sing to the best of your ability. Raise your voice with confidence. Are you moving in the direction that you want to? Not right now. You're a little lost. But you're wanting someone to stay. So there's frozen emotion. There's you've got a cloak wrapped around you, though. The cloak is protection. Once you've detached enough, you'll be in a better position to decide what your next step is. So remember, in spirit, there is no ego in spirit. There is no pride. I wrote something last night. I think it goes along well with this message, with that song, and with the messages that we got, because there's movement happening. There's supposed to be, where do you go? What do you do? Okay, I wrote this. It just came to me before I fell asleep, and I actually was almost asleep, and I had to get up and and I wrote it. So I'm going to show you. I saw the picture first, and then the words came, and it reminded me of Avatar. And that's Jake as the fairy, right? So the messages. This is what came. Sometimes someone we love lets us down. There may be a miscommunication that leads to breakups or bad decisions. Sometimes outside interference comes between two people who really love one another. Sometimes it's the jealousy of others who don't want things to change from the way things have always been. Could be friends, right? They stop thinking about the welfare of their friends and become self-centered and are thinking only of themselves. This leads to the two who love one another to be pulled apart. But both still love each other, but there are hurt feelings that have now built walls. And then they sit at an impasse, neither making the move towards the other, like in the song, I don't know what to do. This makes the distance grow even larger. Not knowing how to bridge the gap, assumptions are made because of ego fear. This is what makes the distance grow even larger. What can be done to save the relationship of these two who love each other? I've been thinking a lot about this tonight. The love I have for someone in my life who has grown distant from me. From my justifiable feelings of betrayal, hurt, and sadness, I struggle with knowing that I deserve the best and better treatment than I have been given. And knowing, though all of this has happened, love still remains in my heart. Often in my head I hear, teacher, walk thy walk, talk thy talk, as well as healer, heal thyself. Spirit says to use your gifts to bring about change. I tell my clients all of the time, you don't need to pick up the phone or write an email or send a text to communicate with the one you love. You can speak to them in your heart. Pour your feelings out. They may not know why they suddenly feel calmer, less worried, or more open to reach out, but they will feel your energetic connection, and this will soften them. I am a Reiki master, and I can send loving, healing energy not only to the one I love, with whom I am estranged, but to the situation itself. I do deserve to be approached. I do deserve an explanation. I do deserve the respect and honor that I have given. But I also don't do myself any good to hold up a hard wall of self-protection when truly what I want most is to let that person and the love back into my life. The only thing that stops communication between two people who clearly love each other is ego, human fear, or pride. Fear of rejection, fear of being hurt again, fear of not being understood, or fear of embarrassment, fear of not being forgiven, fear of past mistakes being uncovered. But as I said, there is no ego in spirit, and there is no ego pride in love. And if a heart's walls are closed, it cannot allow the love it so dearly misses back in. So if there is distance between you and one you love, talk to them in your room out loud right now and tell them, I have been hurt, and I don't understand why you're gone. I may not know all of the reasons for our separation, but I do know that I want to talk things through. I want to clear things up. I want you back in my life. If you do too, please know my heart is open to you. I trust when we follow Spirit's guidance to listen to our higher self and what our heart is truly saying to us, that we will be helped by Spirit to effect change. I believe in the power of prayer and of assistance by our spiritual team, especially when it concerns a spiritual connection. So we were told to listen to that song, and that song said that this one isn't standing in front of you. There's distance between these ones, but there's love. They don't know what to do. So do what you can in your heart right now and speak the words that you need to say. And all of it needs to be focused in love. What would love say? What would love do? I sat there last night, actually, when I went to bed after I read this. Lily came up, and I did Reiki. I sent Reiki love into the situation and to the one. And I talked out loud for about half an hour. And I said all of these things. And I do believe in energetic connection. I have that gift. I have that ability. We all do. And Spirit says to us, we can use our gifts to affect change in a positive way. This isn't manipulation. This is about communicating. We have the ability to telepathically communicate with one another. Family, friends, loved ones, workmates. I've done it before. I do it all the time. Why not do that work and send it to the situation that you have, especially to the ones that you love that you're not communicating with? Why is there no communication? Right now, we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde where so many misunderstandings flow out. That's why I like these readings, because you can hear my voice inflection and you can understand what I'm saying, and you don't misunderstand it by the words that are written. There's no miscommunication this way. But also Mercury retrograde is a time where people come back into your life. A time for reconciliations, a time for straightening things out, a time for wrapping things up and letting things go. Mercury retrograde is about looking at the past, seeing how far you've come, and where you want to go from now. What lessons do you want to stop learning? Because you'll keep getting the same lessons again and again until you've learned them. It's about looking at how far you've come, the situations where you're in, the relationships that you are finding need work or need to be dropped, and you need to detach from, cut away, work on, go towards. All of this comes up during Mercury retrograde time. My friend Richie just wrote, she said we should buy you a plane ticket home to me this morning. Again, interesting timing. Everybody wants me to go home to Wisconsin. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Last card. Change your focus. Okay, I'm going to, interesting, change your focus. So the ocean, I find this really weird because I love the trees and the ferns, right? But the ocean came forward for me. So trees and ferns by the ocean. Kind of like Merlin, my dragonfish that has the brackish water, right? Not all salt, not all woods, kind of in between or both. So 5, the number of changes. There's a significant change occurring in your life. always for the better, but it would be a good idea to call upon Spirit for help with these changes. So you see this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Either seagulls or white cranes or white doves. You call it, whatever it is for you. And whatever animal totem you chose, look up that messenger. I'm seeing white cranes because they keep coming to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. So, 4, there are angels all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. There's no reason for fear. So, yes, you're going through changes, but they're positive. Call on Spirit. They're there to help you. There's no reason for fear. And your path, your outcome is going to exceed your expectations. It's better than you think. Look at, there's love and healing with the result, with the color of green. But all of this has to come through because of speech and truth and connecting with Spirit. Oh, there he goes. The one that's been in my neighbor's backyard. Oh, sorry, you guys. Stinking. Oh, these bloody shutters. Did you see them at all? Ugh. The shutters are always in my way. Okay, think about that. The shutters are always in my way. There's something blocking your vision. Change your focus. The shutters are in your way. Open up the windows. Open up your windows. Open up your mind to possibilities of what could be and how beautiful it could be. There's shutters that are in your way. There's shutters that are blocking out the light. They're coming between you and what is reality, actual truth, and what could be. Look at the purple turban wrap around the top of her head, around her crown, the color of spirituality. I want to take that off her head. It's clamped down on top of her crown. Or you can think about the fact that the divine masculine is wrapping around your crown. Could be a protective covering, safety. I don't like her outfit. I don't like that outfit. That outfit to me looks like somebody in Egypt that's covering somebody up. You're covered. So if you want to look at it in a positive, if you want to change your focus and look at this in a different way, she's protected from the elements. So it's protection, it's soft covering, it's gentle. Okay, the colors are soft. She's draped in the colors of truth, honesty, and friendship. And she's wrapped, her crown is wrapped in spirituality. Change your focus. There's so many messages that come forward here. This foggy around the edges here. These shutters need to come off. They're in the way. They're frustrating. They're annoying. So blue can be all blue skies ahead, which is where you want to change your focus, or you could be in a state of depression or sadness. Change your focus. So maybe you've experienced a loss of some sort. Maybe the situation we had. Remember before, I thought I was happy where I was at, but I'm not. I'm not happy there anymore. It doesn't fulfill me. I'm disappointed in I put all this work into this and it didn't come about the way I thought. Things didn't line up the way I thought they were going to. Or maybe somebody let me down, like I said in this message. When I wrote last night, I mean, it just came out. I just allow it to come. Sometimes someone we love lets us down. Miscommunication, breakups, bad decisions, outside interference, coming between others. You know, friends that you thought were friends, but they were selfish and had an agenda. That's disappointing. That leads you down. You know, that lets you down. You're going to detach away from people you thought were friends, or even families done things like this. Maybe your family hasn't been supportive of you. Maybe your family has interfered and caused a block between you and something you loved dearly or wish that you could have. Maybe they've stepped on you and kept you down. There's so many different things that could, maybe you have made the bad choices because of outside interference or fear or worry or regret comes, whatever. Regret has come in. I'm sad. I wish I hadn't done that. But we can't go backwards, right? Things didn't turn out the way you wanted. You're upset. Like I said, I have justifiable hurt feelings, right? Maybe there's been jealousy that's caused somebody, or assumptions were made that caused misunderstandings. Maybe somebody said something to me. Maybe somebody dropped a bug in my ear. Remember there was so much outside interference? I keep getting from spirit that I've been studied by people, and it's not just because they want to copy who I am. It's they're studying to find things out that they can send back and twist so that it's maligning me. Maligning, is that the word? It's undermining me anyway. It's painting me in a negative light. And maybe somebody's put a bug in your ear about someone else. Maybe there's rumors that have gone around. Maybe there's gossip that's gone around. Or maybe somebody has taken a shred of truth and twisted it so disgustingly that it's presented in a way that was just completely caused you to make a decision that you would never have made. And now you found out, oh my God, if I had understood that, and you didn't, and you trusted this person because they were your friend or they were your family. They had a hidden agenda. Spirit's been telling us this for quite a long time. So now, wow, I found myself in this situation where I'm not happy, where I never would have been if I'd known the truth of the matter. I should have investigated it myself. That's why I say, if you want something done, do it yourself. If you don't understand something, research it yourself. Don't leave it to others to do for you. So clearly you're upset, you're hurt, but you can't stay in this place because everything was moving. The planes are moving. Even my white heron left that back yard. He was on the move. Look at them. The cranes, the spirit's going to help you. There's changes happening. They're always going to be for the better. That the reason things happened the way they did was because maybe you needed to have lessons. I just posted an article. It was by the Daily Om, and it's amazing. I'll share just a brief bit of it with you if you don't follow my work page. And it's called Why We Are Not Shown the Big Picture. Now, people call me, oh, this is what I do for work, right? They want to know what's coming. So often we want to be shown the big picture, but it's not always in our best interest because we can become overwhelmed. We want to know what's coming. You know, what are the challenges that are going to be presented to us in the coming months? What about the relationships? You know, is this relationship going to last? Are the goals that I'm striving forward, is it going to come about the way I need? You know, I need help in making a decision. I need to know what choices would be best. What do I do? So at the most, even with my gifts, I'm very gifted, I'm very connected, but Spirit allows me to see what I'm allowed to see when I'm allowed to see it. Why? Because if I had done more, like say, if you had been told as a kid, you were going to have this relationship, you're going to have this job, this was going to go on, the ups and downs, you wouldn't have even wanted to leave your room, right? So not knowing the future, it brings out the qualities and the strengths in us that we need in order to grow. You know, you wouldn't have wanted to commit to certain relationships or people or jobs if you knew that they ultimately weren't going to work out, and yet you had to go through that, you had to commit to that, you had to see through that, because there were experiences and lessons that you needed in order to grow and become who you were. So as you look back, you actually really can't say that that shouldn't have happened, because if that didn't happen, you wouldn't be with the knowledge that you have now. You wouldn't have grown to the place where you are now. And the most challenging things that you've gone through have ultimately been your greatest teachers and brought you the greatest rewards. That's why we need to stay present. We can't go too far ahead. We get a glimpse and we get, when you know, where am I heading? Okay, but we have to stay here now. So we find ourselves in a relationship, maybe as we said, that we're not happy where we are now. Okay, well, because we've now grown past that. We thought that's what we wanted. I worked so hard to get to this place, and now that I'm here, I'm alone, and I don't want to be here alone. I'd rather be somewhere simple. To get to the top of this company, that's all I ever wanted. And now the stress is so overwhelming. I have no time for myself. I can't even breathe. I would give everything just to chuck it and be in a simple life. I did. I walked away from my home, my job, everything, and went to Wisconsin and lived out of a suitcase. It was peaceful. It was easy. It was light. It was a relief. Sometimes, you know, what my friend Richie, I was telling you about, my friend Richie that wants me to come back for a visit. We were talking about where we are in life, you know. And he said to me something that was, and I think he misunderstood something I said, but I agreed with what he said to me. Where is it? I'm going to read it to you. He said, we talked about what we've been through, right? And how the challenges and what's left of I talked about how I really needed to come home. I said, I need a break. I really do need a break. Spirit knows that. And I said, God, money's such a bitch, you know? And he says, money is a bitch, but I swear I've never been so broke and blessed in my entire life. And that's the truth. I've been there. It isn't about money. It's about, I would like to be able to get home, but it's true. Sometimes you have all the money in the world and you're the loneliest person at the top. Money doesn't keep you warm at night. Money doesn't listen to you when you're sad or hug you when you're feeling low, right? Love does that. Friends do that. Family does that. So we're supposed to change our focus and figure out what's the most important thing to us. What makes us feel free? What makes us happy? What makes us feel positive in our life? Healthy. This is about appreciating people who love you and the ability that we have to give love back to others. So make a list today of what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Because taking charge of your own happiness is the vital thing right now. You need to focus on what you have, be grateful and thankful for what you have, and you will attract more of the same and better. But we must take responsibility for our own actions. Like the song said, I don't know what to do. I'm not in front of you. I'm asking you to stay. Then say that. Say it. Start with saying it in your heart. Say it out loud and then say it. Say what you need to say. I want to see you be brave. You know that song? I'll leave you with that song. Say what you need to say. There's also a song by, what's his name? Say what you need to say by John Mayer. I'll show you that one first. Take all your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take all of your so-called problems. Better put them in quotations. Say what you need to say. Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head. Living out the same old moment, knowing you're better off instead if you could only say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in. Have no fear for giving over. You'd better know that in the end it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say again. Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with a heart wide open and say what you need to say. And then Brave says, you can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's going to hurt you the way that words do. When they settle beneath your skin, kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. And with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Everybody's been there. Everybody's been stared down by the enemy, fallen for the fear, and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run. Just stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you want to say and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you want to say and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. See you be brave. I just want to see you. Yes. I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see you. I just want to see you.